Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. As we dive into this crazy NFL landscape, I've got some fascinating updates that could seriously shake up the NFC South, and more specifically, the Atlanta Falcons. It's no secret that this division has been fiercely competitive over the last few seasons, with teams constantly trying to find that perfect balance between offensive firepower and defensive resilience. But right now, there's an intriguing rumor swirling around, one that could reshape the Falcons' future and even lead them closer to another Super Bowl appearance. And it all centers around a potential trade that's been teased, a deal involving the Seattle Seahawks, and believe it or not, the Falcons themselves. The buzz suggests that the Seahawks might be looking to part ways with one of their standout cornerbacks, Rick Woolen, and that Atlanta could be in the mix, potentially acquiring him for a third-round pick in 2026 and a player like Mike Hughes. Now you might be asking yourself, why would Seattle do this? Well, the Seahawks, under new management and a bit of a rebuild mode, are hoarding draft picks, especially after some whispers about Geno Smith's future and their overall rebuild strategy. They're trying to set themselves up for sustained success, and moving Woolen, a young and talented cornerback, could be part of that master plan. Woolen, a 26-year-old Washington State product, is a true athlete, a guy with a massive wingspan, a 4.39 40-yard dash, and a reputation as a deep ball denier. This guy has been nothing short of spectacular when healthy, posting a 78. 4 PFF grade in 2025, which places him among the top cornerbacks in the league. He's also been a real game changer, with 24 tackles, 2 interceptions, and a passer rating allowed of just 1-2 in only 6 games. That's elite-level ball hawking and coverage ability right there. And if we look at his career stats, Woolen has accumulated 98 tackles and 8 interceptions over 38 games, with a peak season in 2024 when he snagged 6 interceptions and posted an 82. 1 PFF grade. But wait, there's more. Woolen's style of play is that of a true shutdown corner, especially in man-to-man coverage, with a man-win rate of about 58.2%. That means he's consistently locking down top receivers and making it hard for quarterbacks to complete passes against him. His ability to cover deep routes is unparalleled, and he's capable of turning the tide of games with a single play. And at 6'4", 210 pounds, Woolen's size and wingspan give him an edge in breaking up passes and disrupting timing routes. Now let's switch gears a little and talk about the Seahawks' current state. They're sitting at 2-4, and the atmosphere around the team is a bit tense. They're looking to rebuild, hoarding draft picks, and trying to find the right pieces to complement their young quarterback, Darnell Mooney, who's dealing with some injury concerns, including ankle issues. Their defense, which has been leaking points, allowing 26 points per game, ranking 20th in the league, needs a boost, and acquiring a player like Hughes, who has posted 28 tackles and a PFF grade of 68.4, could be a quick fix. Hughes, a 28-year-old veteran, brings experience and stability to the secondary, and could help Seattle rebuild that pass defense while they focus on their long-term strategy. But why would the Falcons be interested? Well, the Falcons' secondary has been a mixed bag this season. Their pass defense has struggled, ranking 22nd in yards allowed with about 238 yards per game. That's a clear area for improvement. Adding a player like Woolen, especially in a division where passing games are becoming more explosive, could be a game changer. Woolen would give the Falcons a true CB1, a lockdown presence who can shadow the best receivers and elevate the entire secondary. Pairing him with A.J. Terrell, who's been solid but could benefit from a partner like Woolen, makes the Falcons' pass defense immediately more formidable. And it's not just about the pure numbers. Woolen's presence on the field would boost confidence across the defense. His ability to cover deep routes allows the Falcons to be more aggressive on the blitz and in coverage schemes, knowing that Woolen can handle some of the toughest assignments. Offensively, the Falcons have a solid core, but the defense is where they can really make a leap. An improved secondary, especially one that can take the ball away more frequently, would give the offense more opportunities to score and control the game clock. Now, it's worth mentioning that the Falcons have been somewhat inconsistent this season. They've shown flashes of brilliance, especially on offense with their dynamic playmakers, but their defense has struggled at times, especially with explosive offenses in the division and league-wide. A move for Woolen could be the piece that puts them over the edge, turning their defense from a liability into a weapon. Imagine Woolen's ability to shut down some of the division's top receivers like Chris Godwin or even Michael Thomas if he's healthy. That kind of shutdown corner could be the difference in tight games that determine playoff seeding. And speaking of playoffs, the Falcons are currently hovering around that playoff bubble, but with the NFC South being so competitive this year, every game counts. A move like acquiring Woolen could give them that extra edge, especially in critical situations. Plus, with the Falcons' offensive weapons like Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson, having a secondary that can keep opposing passing games in check is essential. It's all about building that balanced team, and Woolen fits perfectly into that vision. But let's not forget, this scenario also fits into the broader NFL landscape. The Seahawks, with their 2-4 record, are in a bit of a rebuild mode, and they're clearly prioritizing draft capital and young talent to set themselves up for a future beyond Geno Smith. Moving Woolen, who has been a bright spot, might seem counterintuitive, but it's all part of their strategic rebuild. They're hoarding picks, trying to find the right mix of players to be competitive in the coming years. Plus, the addition of Mike Hughes, who's been a solid veteran presence, could help stabilize the secondary while they develop younger talents. Now, imagine the fallout if this trade actually happens. For the Falcons, it's a massive upgrade at cornerback, a position that's been a concern at times. Woolen's elite coverage skills and ball skills could make them a top 10 pass defense, which is exactly what they need to contend seriously for a deep playoff run. For the Seahawks, it's a strategic move to accelerate their rebuild, freeing up cap space and draft assets for other needs. And for the NFC South as a whole, this potential move could shake up the division, leaving rivals scrambling to adjust their game plans. This isn't just about a single trade, though. It's about the bigger picture, teams evaluating their rosters, making bold moves to gain an advantage, and shaping the future of the league. The Falcons, who have been on the cusp of greatness for a while now, could finally take that next step with a move like this. Woolen's impact on the field, combined with Atlanta's offensive firepower, might be the catalyst they need to break through and make a real Super Bowl push. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think Woolen is the right fit to boost the secondary and propel the Falcons into that championship conversation? Or do you believe there are other areas that need more immediate attention? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Atlanta Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. This is an exciting time for the team, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, keep supporting the Falcons because the best is yet to come.